So the African genocide, or African American genocide, the people of the United States started the slavery and it ended up being a bad image for everyone. We treated the blacks poorly. We didn't give them anything that they wanted. They lived in small houses and didn't have enough food or water, and some of them ended up dying. And we transported them from Africa to here, and some of them died upon arrival because of the disease that they gotten on the ship. And if they refused work and didn't want to, or just refused orders from their master or whatever, they ended up getting shot or killed. And then what's it called? Sometimes they were either worked to death, and
Continue on with that. Most people recognize, today people recognize the people that were part of the slavery genocides that happened. People don't know that nearly 5 to 17 million slaves were killed or died during this time period. I would consider this genocide because of the amount of people that were killed and how they were killed. They were either worked to death or were killed because they finally decided they didn't want to work anymore. This is a genocide because they were literally stripped of their rights and were transported away from their home. One reason I say this is a genocide because they were treated as if they were animals. They lived in a small house with a lot of other people. It was inhumane for the white people to do this to another human because of his or her race. Also, it brings me to my last point, that just because of his or her skin color doesn't make them a lesser person than yourself. It's considered a genocide is if the deliberate killing of a large group of people, especially those of a particular ethnic group or nation.
The Armenian Genocide. The people of the American culture have every right to consider this act a genocide because of the things they were put through and had to suffer in order to survive. The Armenians had to walk through a desert because the Turkish people lied to them, said that the Germans are going to kill them if they didn't go with them.
Sorry, somebody's calling.
They went on a peace walk until they got to their destination or until they died. They walked through the desert without food or water. If they made it, they were either killed on the spot or worked to death. They were also relocated like both the African Americans and Native Americans. And that is also part of the definition of genocide, like I explained earlier. The Armenian men were split up from their families just like the African Americans, and the exact same thing happened to their families. They were either put into work labor, or the young girls or women were turned into sex slaves. And so which side do you choose? Is that genocide is the right thing to do to human beings?
We feel that it should be a genocide, but only if they recognize that the Indians that were killed, stripped from their home, taken from their homes and killed, would be recognized as a genocide also and put forth as an amendment.
Okay, audience members, let's make this really clear. At the bottom, there's 2 spots for you to vote. Okay? The first one says your vote on HR 106. Simple, plain English. Do you want to call what the Ottomans or Turks did in 1915 genocide, the Armenian Genocide? If you think so, check yes. If you think not, check no. Now, this group just told you they want you to do that, but the second question, they want to tack something on the end to that resolution and say, also accept and recognize what happened to Native Americans and African Americans as the same thing before you point out and call what the Turks did genocide. If you agree with that statement, check yes on the amendment. If you don't agree with that statement, check no. And then you fill out the bottom part as you leave. Ms. McNish or I will get that form
Tap on the
from you.
screen. Oh, did it lose connection?
Red button.